So the spacing here is just like super freaking off. Like it looks like, I don't know if you can tell in camera, but it looks like the trunk is actually open. Like you could see the liner on the inside there.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Sup, Bertini fam? Miguel, do you know what we're doing in today's video? Let me show you. So this factory trunk and spoiler, what do you think about spoilers?
I think they're okay.
What do you think about trunks?
Pretty cool, extra storage.
Good point. Well, we're gonna be removing this factory spoiler and trunk and replacing it with this carbon fiber shaboing of a trunk right here. And it's duckbill style. What do you think about that?
Cool.
Super lightweight, Miguel.
Is it?
It is. Wait till you pick it up. It's gonna blow your face off. Like literally right off your face, right off your head.
Right off?
Like your whole face is just gonna come right off.
That's great.
Oh, and I almost forgot. We're gonna be replacing all of the factory hardware with this beautiful titanium hardware from Titanium Works, which we've installed quite a bit of their stuff. Really high quality stuff. Super nice. Now do us a big favor. If you have not yet joined the Bertini fam, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the notification bell. This way you can stay up to date with all of our build series content. With that being said, go ahead and roll the intro. Miguel, pick up this trunk so you could see. Oh, you weren't expecting that. Thing is super freaking lightweight. Now we already have our own hardware, so we're not gonna need this hardware, but what do you think, dude?
It's way lighter than I expected.
Right? You went to pick it up like it was a heavy ass thing, and nope, super light.
Feels like cardboard, like a cardboard box. Like, you know how light those are?
Yeah.
And that's how it feels.
Well, the company that makes this is Vickers.com, but before you go ahead and purchase one, let's go ahead and install it and make sure it installs really nice. You know what I was thinking? We should actually just check the weight on this thing real quick.
Sure.
Let's do this. Let's pick up the trunk. You rip off some of this plastic right here. It doesn't even register. Oh, there it goes. So what are we at? Let off? Let me just see. 11.6 pounds.
Jesus.
Super lightweight.
For real?
Let's go ahead and pop the trunk here and get this factory one off. Did you just see what I did?
Yep.
That was really freaking stupid. Don't do that. Although now that we have this open, look how pretty this engine bay is. All the titanium everywhere. So beautiful. Isn't she just a beaut? Very nice. I had to come in here and clean. It's a little dirty. It's starting to get a little dirty up in here. Anyways, off to the trunk. All right, so the first thing we're gonna start with is this puppy right here. Let's go ahead and take out all of these things right here. Ew. All right, so before we go ahead and start to remove the trunk, what we are gonna do first, follow me. We're gonna remove these bolts right here, one at a time, and replace them with these beautiful Titanium Works bolts. So 1, 2, 3, with these beautiful ones. These are gonna be 12s, these are 13s, so beefier. Then we're also gonna do it on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, which the kit comes with 6 of these bad boys. Longer, more stronger, more better. Perfect. Now we'll go ahead and repeat the same process that we did on this one, and we'll do it on the other two. Ooh-wee. boy, did these bolts come out really pretty. Titanium works, freaking killed it. Y'all know I'm a very big details kind of person, and these things just transform the look when you're opening up your trunk, seeing the titanium screws. Got over here done too, just looks so nice. How do you think it came out?
I think it came out really good. It pops more for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like everything Titanium Works does though, it's always that concept of like the little details matter. So nice. All right, now let's go ahead and remove these. From what I've been told and from what we've read on the forums, removing these, they almost always destroy. They're very difficult to remove and there's like not much surface to grab there. So we're gonna be extremely careful and try to get these out without breaking anything or stripping anything. Oh man, I can already feel it. Yeah, you see? All right, so I think the takeaway here is you have to drill these out. Guess we gotta drill it out. I think I've found the master secret to getting these bolts off without it stripping. We're gonna try it on the other one, but we just tried it on this one and it worked. So let me show you here in a second. Let's go ahead and pull this one out first. And then we'll try it on another one. Ooh, that was super easy. Right, Miguel?
It really was.
All right, so let's try it on this one, this second bolt. Let's do it. Actually, in case it was a fluke, let's try it on this side over here. So, actually, let's go ahead and remove this strut. Then, with this, we're gonna go ahead and we'll push in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Let's see. Could it work? Could it be? I found the master secret to doing this, Miguel. So I'll need you to stop recording for a second and come and hold this up while we pull the other side off so that this thing doesn't head to the ground or the windshield. So my trick did work. As you can see, we got the trunk off and everything's perfectly fine. I wish I would have known that from the start, then we wouldn't have had to spend so much time drilling out this one. So trunk is off. Trunk is now over there. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it was gonna be, so I'm interested to see how much weight savings we're actually gonna be getting from this whole thing, right? It didn't seem as heavy as...
Not really.
...as we thought it was gonna be, but it's all good. With that, let me take you over here for a second. We need to not just screw this in, but if we wanna retain this cable right here, this piece, we are gonna have to drill 2 holes into this so that it holds here, and then 1 hole somewhere over here so that it holds that piece in a place. And this way we can still utilize this function if in case we're ever put into the trunk, which personally I'll leave it up to you guys if you think it's worth keeping. If not, you can just go ahead and like cut it off somewhere over here and you should be fine. With that, let's go ahead and get this onto the trunk. Now, something we recommend when you're doing this, leave this just slightly loose, not super loose, but just enough where it could do that kind of number right there. So where it can move around just a little bit. And the reason you want to do that is this way, when you've aligned the trunk and everything's exactly where you want it and you put it down, it locks into place properly where it needs to be. Then you unlatch it and then you do a final tightening down on that. So we'll show you. So we've run into a little bit of a problem, so we're gonna back this cable out real quick. So this hole right here, this one, is smaller than this factory hole. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a template using this painter's tape right here, and then we'll trace it onto the carbon fiber one, and then we'll cut it out. All right, now that we made our template, we're gonna go ahead and take this and put it onto the carbon fiber one. All right, so we only have a little bit of cutting to do, so we'll trim around here and then around here, and that should be good to go. Let's show you how it came out. So as you can see, perfectly to the exact same spec as the OEM one. Perfect. We almost forgot to weigh the factory trunk. Let's go ahead and weigh it up now. Okay, and it looks like the factory one is coming in at 21 pounds. So we actually ended up figuring out that we did need this portion of the harness. So on here, it's connected to this. So instead of removing every screw like we did, like big old dummies, just remove the set of this panel right here, and then pull this through, and this will be connected to this side right here, and you're good to go. All right, so this is what your harness will basically look like. So it'll go into here, and then this was the part that plugged into the other part that plugs into for your rear tail light. So what I was thinking about doing, so this thing isn't like dangling all over the place like I see a lot of people's doing, I'm gonna use this sleeving right here. It's called split sleeving, and I'm gonna put it over all of this. This way it gives it like a nice clean look all the way down. I'm gonna zip tie everything, then I'll run this up and over to here, and I'll drill a hole in right there to hold this piece. And then it'll be nice and clean under here so that it's not all, you know, looks like rigged up. Now, before we go ahead and rerun the harness back through the trunk, just wanted to show you what the end outcome looked like. So it's all nice and tidy and cleaned up. And then I left this exposed. This way we can drill our hole right where we want it, and it'll all be nice, clean, and tucked away. So we'll go ahead and run this right back through, feed it back up, and then drill our hole. Perfect. And this, we could use that if we wanted to, and put that back in there. Now that we got everything buttoned back up here, I'm still undecisive if I want to put on that factory piece that goes over this, the kind of carpet cardboard piece. I'm still undecisive if I want to do that just yet. So for right now, I'm going to leave it off, but maybe in the future, I'll put it on. And if I do decide to put it on, then just like everything else that we had to drill in, you're gonna place it on here, make sure everything's aligned, and then you'll go ahead and drill your holes where you need to. Making sure that you don't over penetrate, because if you do, you're gonna be going through the other side of your brand new carbon fiber Vicris trunk. Now that we got that done, the struts are both in place. Before we go ahead and close this, let's make sure that this latch is functioning. So Miguel is gonna go inside the GTR right now, and he's gonna make sure that this is functioning by pressing the button, and then that's gonna let me know if I hear the clicking noise here, that this is functioning. Perfect, it's working. All right, come over here, Miguel. Now we need to get everything aligned, so we'll start closing the trunk, opening it to get it perfectly aligned. Okay, so it's been a few days now. The reason for that is when we installed the trunk, after further inspection, we realized that the fitment was kind of off. We weren't really happy with the way that it was looking. It was just fitting odd on the GTR. And so what we did was we made like several adjustments to it ourselves.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
And try to get it to fit. Obviously, we didn't want to like drill into the trunk or do anything that could damage the trunk. And just the fitment was like really bad. But we went ahead, we took it to one of my boys' shops, had them adjust the trunk as well, nothing. And I know many of you know this, but I have a friend who owns a body shop. Actually, I have a couple of friends who own body shops. They specialize in high-end vehicles, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, high-end Porsches. Every single one of them said, the way that this trunk is produced, send it back, it's complete trash. Go spend a little bit more money and get a really high-quality carbon fiber trunk. This is not a part that you want to cheap out on. With that, we'll go ahead and show you the trunk. So the first thing on the fitment, by the way, this thing is closed. In case you are wondering, this is what the closed version of it looks like.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
So yes, there's massive gaps all over the place. So the spacing here is just like super freaking off. Like it looks like, I don't know if you can tell in camera, but it looks like the trunk is actually open. Like you could see the liner on the inside there. So really bad. There's also a pretty massive gap here. You can see the brackets and all from the inside. And then same thing on this side, just massive gaps all over the place. This isn't even form fitting to the tail light. Like look at that gap. It just looks completely off. And then there's this massive gap down here as well. Just looks really stupid. Super freaking cheap, super low quality stuff. What's your thoughts on it, Miguel? I know we've went quite a bit of back and forth on this trunk already now, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely disappointed in how it came out.
Right?
It's gonna be better.
Yeah, it sucks too because from the outside it actually looks really nice. It's just the fitment.
Yeah.
The fitment sucks. Now we're gonna have to spend a lot more money and get a much more expensive trunk.
It's not my money. I'm okay.
That's nice. Because now I like the look. I like the look of it though. That
Yeah.
I did figure out is I like the look of the duck bill or duck wing, whatever it is, that wingless trunk.
Yeah.
It looks pretty dope. And the carbon fiber I think looks really nice.
It does, because it also matches the hood vents too. So
Yeah. And the side skirts and the front lip and
yeah, everything else that's carbon.
Yeah. No, I think I like the look, but yeah, so hopefully Vicris.com will take back this trunk. I already let them know that I wasn't happy with the fitment at all. The quality of it is just really, really, really bad. Hopefully they'll take it back. Of course, I'll update you all in the comment section down below if they decide not to take it back or if they give me any trouble taking it back. This way you all could obviously know if you want to use them or avoid them in the future. With that being said, if you found this video useful or entertaining, do us a big favor and hit that like button, or if you want to hate on us, you're just really, really mad at us, hit that dislike button too. That's what our haters do. With that being said,
make sure to put good energy out into the world and pay it forward. We'll check you all out later now. We'll check you all out later. Bye now. There it is.
deuces. You did it.
I know.